Hi guys, Yuki here, back with Nusantara Legend of the Wings? of the Winged People, or whatever, I don't know. It's been a while, let's just say that. Yeah, it's February 6th as of today. It's been, a month and a few weeks, but let's just load this game and get right into it. Okay. Since Sadi told me about my quest, I made myself ready for meeting new people. But after 2 days, I hadn't met anyone new. Let alone meeting the 3 people who were supposed to help me. I haven't even met the Loma villagers. I still had my doubts, so I hadn't told Granny Sukma about this either. Aside from that, my language lesson still needed a little more time. But I was getting familiar with it, and I thought I had covered the daily conversation now, even though I was still a bit slow. The Komodo had finally come to an end. A hunt. I still remember how Yuta boasted yesterday how he chased them away by himself. Apparently, the one who managed to shoot them down with an arrow was him, and the enemy was forced to retreat. Make sure this is task manager. Above normal. Good. Alright, we're good. When I woke up in the morning, I found Asi in the living room, picking up some blue crystals we had collected earlier. Good morning, Asi. Where's Granny Sukma, whatever. She's visiting the neighbors. Your breakfast is almost ready. Oh. I eyed the blue crystals in her hands. Dang it, I was determined to find out about it myself, but heck, my research about these rocks is not progressing well. I finally decided to ask about it. What are you gonna do with these crystals? This? I'll use this for cooking, of course. Oh. That was not the answer I expected. Cooking? Asi gave me a questioning look, and I decided to answer her before she asked. You see, I've been curious about these blue crystals ever since the first time I saw one. So when Granny Sukma sent out to collect lots of them, I can't help but wonder what they're supposed to be used for. I poked at them, smacked them to the ground, threw them at a tree, and recently even considered to sniff the damn crystals. Tamara, no swearing! Just to know what they're used for, so if you don't mind, I would like you to enlighten me with these crystals. There, I said it. Asi laughed at my antics and patted my head. Oh, silly me, I haven't told you about the crystals, right? I'm sorry for causing you such a dilemma. I thought you already knew about the blue crystals. I suppose you don't have them from where you came from? Nope, I don't have shiny, beautiful, glittering blue crystals from where I come from. She signaled me to come closer, and so I did. She was holding one of the clear crystals with her right hand and a murky crystal in the other. Oh, they make fire! When she struck them lightly, the crystals gave off sparks of blue fire with friction. My eyes widened in surprise and felt like smacking myself on the forehead. Oh, you struck them together, like tinder. I wonder why the thought never crossed my mind before. Asi giggled before averting her eyes to the blue crystals in her hands. These crystals here are said to be a gift from the goddess a long time ago. They already existed when I was born, so maybe the legend is right. We used them to light fire. dye our food, or even our hair into a beautiful shade of blue. We could make them into accessories, good materials for weapons, and maybe some other functions I don't know. But the most amazing thing is how they serve to be a potent medicine for any kind of disease. She inhaled heavily before continuing. As a matter of fact, these crystals saved us when there was a deadly plague 14 years ago. Are they really that amazing? Those small rocks contain that much power? Ever since then, Grandma Sukma always went to the Digdaya village every 3 days or so to survey the surroundings, looking for any signs of that plague, making sure it doesn't show up again. She suddenly looked down with a strange expression and rubbed her thumbs along the crystal gently. When I was about to ask what was wrong, she smiled at me. Well, I guess I'd better go now to finish cooking breakfast. We have a big day ahead of us. I wonder if that means either her family passed away from that, or she secretly has some sort of disease she's not telling anybody. Oh, okay. Granny won't be thrilled to find us chatting here instead of going out and pay Mitra a visit. It's already long overdue and she's in a bad mood lately. I cringed. Is she still mad? Maybe just a little. We were really worried about you, you know. You're lucky she didn't cancel your language lessons or give you any punishment. I know, and I already said that I'm sorry. You don't know, Tamara, and that's the problem. You don't know how horrid and dangerous they are. I would even dare to say they look like human if not for their iron skin and poison. They could hurt you in many unimaginable ways. I had heard this many times before. How Komodo had acid-like saliva that could melt rocks, skins as hard as steel, how they used a whip with thorns to catch their prey, tear their flesh, and then feast on them. Honestly, I couldn't imagine such a being existed. But I think I should consider it. After all, nothing was impossible in this world. I thought my confusion was visible on my face since Asi sighed. You know, when you see them yourself, you'll know when you see them yourself. For now, finish your breakfast, Tamara, then we'll be on our way to Digdaya village to visit Mitra. The atmosphere lightened when Asi dropped the subject, which I was grateful for. I gave Asi one last guilty look, trying to tell her that I was truly sorry. Hey, where are the other villagers? The others already went to fish and forage for food. If you want to meet them, you either have to wake up earlier or just greet them in the late afternoon. Right. I think I'll choose the later one. Alright, what do you want to do now? I think this is where we finally meet people. I don't know. Let's see, that one. Go get some herbs. I remembered about Granny Sukma's low supply of herbs. Can I go and collect more herbs for Granny Sukma? I still feel bad about it. You know, I want to do this as an apology. I don't think it's a good idea, Tamara. It's already bad enough when you went home late yesterday and you'd have warned us not to go there for a while, right? Yes, but I just want to do something useful for Granny Sukma. I can't do the house chores as good as you, Asi. Please? Alright, you know where the herb harvesting point is, right? Don't go any deeper than that, and I'm sure you'll be fine. Thank you, Asi! I gave her a brief hug and started walking happily towards the forest. Don't go For too long, okay. I don't know, I feel so awkward. I went to the herb harvesting point with ease, determined to at least fill the basket I brought with me. The trees were taller and bigger with healthy green leaves, and the sunlight even had some trouble waving through them, but what made me happy was the amount of herbs I found. As I thought, there were a lot of herbs here. I gleefully started picking the herbs around me. The only problem left is... I looked at my left and my right hand, which were grabbing similar plants. In my left was a herb, while my right was a weed. I think? I hope I don't confuse weeds with herbs again now. I see you won't be thrilled if I brought a bunch of weeds instead of herbs. Huh? Is someone there? I walked straight to the source of noise, and sure enough, there was a silhouette there. When I was about to call out, a gust of wind momentarily stroked the leaves above and gave way to sunlight. Oh, who is this? Don't judge me! Are we still in the background? And... I was both mesmerized and appalled. A man with blonde hair who looked no older than me had a tremendous amount of scars on his lithe body. There were even multiple scars on his neck and wrists. For a moment I wondered whether he had experienced an outrageous battle with a Komodo or some sorts. Like how Yuta had some scars on their body. His wings! I didn't see his wings until he lifted it. The tattered brown wings were crooked in a strange angle. Mud, black splotches, and a big scar on his left wing were visible on it. Aww. The man in question didn't seem to be bothered about his wings. He just kept touching his left earring with a solemn expression. The next thing I knew, an unfamiliar emotion rose inside of me. Was it pity? Sympathy? The man turned his head so quickly to me, and the peaceful atmosphere suddenly turned thick when I saw the intensity of his glare. Blue eyes so cold that it froze me in place. Hello? What just happened? Okay, that's awkward. Suddenly I could feel someone breathing on my neck, and when I was about to turn around... Well then, I thought you were some kindred spirit who's just like all solemn and angsty, but I guess you're not. Oh, what should I do his voice for? Also, my voice sounds all weird because I don't know. Allergies. I don't know what to do his voice for. I don't know what to do for his voice. More like it. Boo. I don't know. I can't. My throat. It's dying. It was him. The man who had just gave me a death glare was now laughing openly without a care. All kinds of hostility were gone without a trace. It almost left me gawking at how fast the atmosphere changed. What? What was that for? That was for sneaking up on me. You have quite an amusing reaction there. Well, I'm so sorry. But I'm certain that anyone would freak out when someone sneaked behind them and breathed on their neck. He just shrugged, still smirking. It's kind of your own fault that you left your guard down. Let's just push that behind us. So, who are you? I've never seen you around here. I don't know. He seems like a jerk. I think he's what's his name. But most likely not gonna get like a good route the first time around because I'm It's kind of amazing how easygoing he is. I let out a sigh. His mysterious aura from before vanished just like that. I know, right? I like mysterious people. Well, at least he looks like a decent person. I decided to just forget the earlier hostility and pushed away my disappointment. I extended my hand for him to shake. My name is Tamara. I'm a wingless traveler from the north, and I'll be here for a while to learn about your traditions. A traveler from the north? Wow, you've gone a long way to be here. Whoops. He observed me from head to toe. Although he was still smiling, his stare made me nervous. It's not like I'm going to back down from this. Not when he's just a little scary. Seconds felt like minutes to me, and I tensed up when his cold blue eyes finally met mine. Who's Rama? Did I find like a mysterious person? Name's Rama, and it's nice to meet you too, little traveler. I had just realized how he didn't take my extended hand. Feeling a bit puzzled, I pulled back my hand. Maybe the traditions are different after all? Hey, who's little? I'm at least your age. Probably. All of a sudden, a white dove similar to Sari perched on a tree not far from us. It's pure white and looked at us curiously with its blue eyes. You sure are lucky. What do you mean? Don't you know? Those are what we call the servant. Did he just kneel? He said that while walking around, picking up a small blue crystal. The servant? Yeah, well, if you don't know, we believe that when we die, we'll turn into stars. But some of the chosen ones will turn into pure white birds, whose job is to serve the goddess herself directly. Wow, that was quite interesting. Maybe that's what Sari is? Curious, I leaned closer to him, feeling much more relaxed than before. Yep, sure is. He let out a small chuckle while playing with the crystals in his hand, throwing it up and down. And the people in the village really like them, you know. Are you gonna throw something at them? You better not be a jerk. Because they're beautiful? Close, but no. It's because they're a pure and a gentle, loving creature. They're usually shy, but when you manage to get their trust, they'll do anything for you. Like delivering letters or collecting rare seeds for you. They understand our language? Pretty much, yeah. If you said wait, they'll continue waiting like an idiot. They will even stop flying if you told them to. No matter how bad you treat them, they'll always come back to you. You're a jerk. I've heard about dogs being faithful to their masters, but birds? This is new. They're also famous for how they only take one mate for life. You see, if they have mates and one of them died, the other will surely die after. So sweet, right? I knew it! Before I could answer, he suddenly took aim and threw the crystal quickly at the dove, instantly frightened it, and it flew away. Yeah, I knew you were gonna do that. I knew you were gonna be a jerk. It's so sweet that it makes me nauseous. Why do I have to pick the worst person? I should probably go. He's got a split personality or something. No! I'm done with you. Goodbye, Rama. Oh, hey, sorry, but I gotta go now. There's somewhere I need to go. As if nothing happened, he smiled happily at me again. Yeah, sure. I need to finish picking the herbs, too. I quickly took my abandoned basket and gave him a nervous smile. Yeah? Then I hope I'll see you later, Tamara. Yeah. Sure. I almost shivered at how fast his mood changed. He rendered me speechless with just one move of his hand. He's a bit twisted, but something about him struck a nerve inside me. Curiosity? No! No! Maybe? It's the first time I met someone like him. Even when I started walking back to the village, my mind was still focused on the mysterious man. Wait, did we even get it? Oh yeah, it was Rama. Maybe trying to figure him out will be quite interesting in the future. No, I don't want to. Alright, what do you want to do now? Uh, uh, um... Take a walk in the borders? I've always liked to take a walk, whether in the park, beach, forest, basically anywhere. Especially when the weather is sunny like today. It relaxed and helped me to think clearly. Carefully pushing the limits of the borders, I cheerfully walked along the forest borders until a trail of red caught my sight. It's blood. Curious, I followed the trail. Is there an injured animal or something? I stopped in my tracks when the trail guided me to a pair of feet. A foot was covered in blood and punctured by a lone arrow. Another person! Ah! That looks really painful. I messed up. I can't move. Stuck. And it stopped working. I'm gonna get back to that in a second, so I'll be back. I'm back! Okay. A man who rivaled Yuta in build but slightly shorter was lying on the ground. He was leanly muscled with slender limbs showing long and graceful lines. Task manager. Details. Okay. His skin, like the other guy's, was dark, with a tattoo swirling around from his right shoulder to the midsection of his stomach. His dirty white pants contrasted with his appearance and looked out of place. He had dark hair and his bangs were highlighted with white. I frowned when I saw his injured foot more closely. Blood was still pouring from his wound and it had started to swell. The arrow which punctured it had a weird shape. The arrowhead, which usually had the shape of an arrow, was replaced with a small range of spikes and were thorns. I could only imagine the pain when the man decided to pull it out. Aside from that, he looked feverish and didn't make any signs to wake up soon, but that man, especially his face with 3 huge scars, screamed bloody danger. That's one hell of a wound. What to do? What to do? I gulped and slowly hid myself in a bush, careful not to make any sounds. When my safety was at least assured, I continued my observation. I could just leave him here, but the wound, if not treated correctly, would be the end of him. Don't leave him? Gah! Alright, fine, I'll help him. I knew the guilt and shame would haunt me if I didn't help a guy in need. Just look at him, bloody and weak. No matter how evil or mean he might be, everybody deserved at least a chance to prove himself, and I couldn't judge him based on his appearance. And if you don't know who this is, then you're stupid, I say to the main character. In resolution, I approached the man cautiously. Who knew? He could jump me at the moment I was close enough. After I was sure enough the man wouldn't jump my bones, I knelt down and assessed the damage. Bleh. I'll need some water to clean this wound and lots of clean bandages to dress this. I think Granny Sukma wouldn't mind if I borrow some bandages and ointment. It's for helping the people after all. The other injuries are just scratches, and what is this? A whip? Huh, that's a strange taste for a weapon. Wait. I pursed my lips. He doesn't have any wings. Then, he's not an avian? But the other tribe I knew who used a whip as a weapon is... Shit. I swore under my breath. Alright, Tamara, you decide to help this guy, so you will have to do this from start to finish. I groaned at the risk I was taking. Woe is me. Drama queen. Alright, let's do this quickly. Hopefully the man wouldn't blissfully remain unconscious until I finished. Do I have to bring more clothes or maybe some ropes to bind his mouth or hands? I mean, Komodos do bite, don't they? I guess more clothes can't hurt. I covered him with dry leaves and branches as a simple effort to try camouflaging him with the surroundings. Hopefully Yuta or Mitra wouldn't find him while I'm gone. I'll come back soon. 5 years later. About an hour later, I finally got myself a large amount of clean clothes for bandages. I think I brought too much. The camouflage is still intact. Good. No. Oh shit. Okay, seriously. I'm dead. The man was waking up and a sense of panic rapidly grew in my heart. Will he kill me when he sees me in sight? What if he bites? What if he attacked? What the hell am I supposed to do with a conscious injured Komodo? Ow. For crying out loud! Why am I still sitting here? I Apparently, the fear froze me in place and I practically had to drag myself to a nearby tree to hide behind it. My heart flew another notch when I saw the man slowly prop himself with a single arm and hiss when he tried to move his injured leg. Shit. I forgot the bandage is still out there. While trying to hide as soon as possible, it appeared that I had dropped the bandage, which was sitting nicely on the ground near the injured man. Fortunately, he looked a little dazed, probably due to the fever. I wasn't sure if he noticed the cloth, but that didn't stop him from trying to pull the arrow out. No, that makes me queasy. I watched as he found a thick branch, bit into it, and snapped the arrowhead and oh god, oh god, ouch. His eyes flashed when he saw the cloth. He hesitated a bit before picking it up and pressing it against his bloody leg. Nevertheless, the blood was still pouring out, and it didn't show any signs of stopping any time soon. He hissed and tried to muffle his cries. At that moment, I saw the branch which he had been biting. Okay, melted slowly with a low hiss, and then a smell of burnt wood and acid wafted in the air. Okay, this is like off topic, but if we're supposed to like court him or whatever, and we try to kiss him, does that mean basically that our lips will fall off? 'Cause that makes him less appealing. It's true. I was afraid. Sukma and Asi had told me over and over again how dangerous the Komodo could be. I had always had my doubts about it, but now I had just witnessed how their saliva could indeed melt objects. And what I heard about how Komodos eating raw flesh could be true, too. Damn it! Ugh! He pressed harder at his wound, and the cloth was soon drenched in red fluids. The once white bandage was now bloody red. But I've got to be crazy. With shaking hands, I picked up a stick and wrapped some bandages at the tip of the stick. Slowly, with one hand rested on the tree bark, I held out the stick to the oblivious injured man. My voice was meek and very pathetic to my ears, but to hell with it. Do you need some more? A moment of silence. More of a shock on his side, I think. Passed between us before his eyes went wide and he snarled viciously at me. I automatically dropped the stick and went hiding again. Aw, that is adorable! If I had better quality, you could see that there's like a little animation going on. Oh, wait, you can't see it. Yay! When I peeked again, he was now half crouching defensively, protecting his injured right leg. I could see how it was worse than his bleeding. My voice wouldn't come out, so I decided to just push the stick closer to him. Pokes the stick. He responded by strongly clutching at his whip, ready to attack at any moment. I come in peace! I hope he'll get the damn hit and take the damn bandage so I can get the hell out of here! I heard another snarl and I found myself being a subject of the intense scrutiny of his laser eyes of forest green. He growled deep in his throat and bared his teeth at me. We remained silent for a while. He was glaring at me and I could only stare at his eyes as though my life was depending on it. The silence was so immensely terribly heavy. I was 1 second away from running when he suddenly spoke to me. Are you a Komodo? What? His glare softened with curiosity. You smell different. You don't have any wings. You're not one of them, but you're wearing their disgusting clothes. His eyes narrowed. What to say? What to say? I should have known. I must be delusioned to think you're one of us. Your skin is too light. I'm running out of time. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just a traveler. Lies. He hissed, his grip on the whip tightened, ready to attack. Honest, I'm just a wingless traveler from the north. I was just collecting some herbs here when... So you are one of them. Oh god, I'm gonna die. I'm scared. He attacked me with his whip once, and I could barely escape. Startled, I dropped the bandages in my hand on the ground. I almost missed the expression of pain on his face when he moved it, but it quickly vanished. He eyed the fallen bandages warily. Planning to choke or brine me with them? Sorry to spoil your plan, but you damn bird. Oh my god, I'm so scared. Another weapon he grimaced when he missed me again. You're lucky I'm injured or you'll be dead by now. He shouted with such venomous and pure hatred in his voice that I couldn't help but wince. It looks could kill. I would be dead by now. Tired and hurt at his accusations, my fear turned into a moment of fury. I grabbed the clothes and threw it at him, along with the ointment in my other hand. They hit him right in the face, and he looked startled. I brought this to treat your wounds, you ungrateful reptile. I guess it would have been better to just leave you to die, wouldn't it? See if I care. I was shocked at my own sudden burst of emotion, but eventually regained my ability to move. So without any further ado, I walked back to the village. Serves him right. I doubt we'll meet him again anyway. Nothing happened. Nothing at all. See, I'm gonna go meet Mitra now. It's alright, Tamara. You'll do just fine. She patted my shoulder in encouragement. Actually, I think you don't have anything to worry about. You've absorbed our language lessons like a sponge in the last 3 days. Yuta just wouldn't admit it. Also, Mitra is easygoing and friendly. He also gets along with everyone just fine, even Yuta. Everyone likes him? I think it's okay, but including Yuta? Sensing my interest, she continued her explanation. As far as I know, Yuta and Mitra are childhood friends. Most of the time, they're always together during patrolling. Mitra doesn't visit me in Sukma as often as Yuta, though. He is the leader of the patrol troops. He's dependable, kind, and maybe a bit of a bear person? What does that even mean? Huh? I don't know why, but he keeps giving me that impression. A bear? Isn't an image of a bear more scary rather than kind and dependable? Oh, more like a big and cuddly bear, she laughed. He's not scary at all. You'll know what I mean when I get to know him. I couldn't help but let out a small laugh. I'd never heard about someone using animals to describe a person. It made me feel more curious about this Mitra. At least I wasn't too nervous anymore, since the image of a cuddly bear was now stuck in my mind. Oh, and you should know that mas is an honorific for men older than us. Back is an honorific for older women. It's common knowledge here. We can drop the honorifics when we're close to the person or we know we're the same age. We tend to use honorifics in first-time meetings, though. Oh, interesting. I gave her a nod in understanding. Well, we're here. I don't know. We stood at the small clearing in the forest. Woo. Woo. I don't see anything? Confused, Emma sees amused eyes. Look up! Ooh. I still don't see anything. Essie laughed. Try harder. I craned my neck as much as I could and... What? That is so cool. There's little huts in the air. Wow! Bloody hell. Look at all these tree houses. I got excited and slipped into English. Sorry, but they're just so beautiful. I've never seen any treehouse built that high. I wondered what the view looked up there. I really wanted to try and see for myself. There were small footsteps leading to the treehouses now that I noticed too, but I was too afraid to think about climbing them. I was still admiring the treehouses when we heard some voices. Tag, Garrett! No, Danny! Get back here, all of you! I don't know. It's time for your nap! Oh, it's the guy. We're not sleepy yet, Miss Mitra. Now tag, Garrett! No more playing around, Aries. You need to take a nap before... Hey! You can't make me if you can't catch me! Danny, Aries! Stop giving Miss Mitra troubles. Ew! Don't come near me! Fuspa will give me cooties? Why, you... No, wait. All of you, it's dangerous! Nice! Before we knew it, a man was in front of us, carrying a couple of struggling kids with one of them clinging onto his leg. She's so cute, this little girl right there. And these two boys. The three children were around 7 years old. Wait, are they the ones who were usually playing at Loma Village in the morning? While I was busy trying to remember, the man finally noticed us and approached us quickly along with the kids. Now that they were closer, I was finally able to confirm my suspicion. I see. I don't know, I'll probably differentiate the voices later, eventually, because I have like one default voice, well, two-ish default voices for guys. One's kind of like boyish and like soft-spoken, and then there's the booming loud one, and I don't know, we'll see. What brings you here? Hi, Mitra. I bring someone who's been waiting to see you, and I see the triplets are all healthy. Wow, triplets? I thought the boys were twins due to their almost identical looks. When I eyed the girl, she did share some features with the boys. Hi, Mlakasi. Hello there. This is Tamara. She's our guest and she'll be living with Granny Sigma for a while. The boy on his shoulder is Danny, and the other one is Aries, while the only girl is Puspa. I hope I said that right. They're the pride and joy of Degdaya village. Actually, too much bundles of joy. Now be nice, all of you. Hi, Tamara. He turned his eyes to me. You're that girl who almost drowned, right? I see, and you have told me many things about you. How are you? He was talking while still holding them. The kid on his leg glared at me suspiciously. Thanks to you, I'm fine. My name's Tamara. I hope that you left out the negative things about me. He laughed in a good nature. No, actually, we're happy to have you. Especially Asi. We finally have someone to watch over Granny Sukma, though Yuda said his wife is spoiling you too much. Oh, you don't? You didn't know? She spoiled me rotten. I made an exaggerated sigh, which made Mitra laugh again. In the corner of my eyes, I could see Asi roll her eyes and raise both her arms. Guilty as charged. Stop laughing, Mitra. You know I can't help it. Oh, you know what? This would make me really sad if she couldn't have kids. But we're probably like only a few years older than her, so that would maybe me younger, so that make younger sister. And okay, yeah, things got heavy. As he started to banter playfully with Mitra, and I took this chance to observe him more closely. If I needed to point it out, he was obviously huge. No wonder his image was a bear. His body looked like a sculpture to me, carved almost to perfection with old scars adorned it like trophies. His muscles rippled every time he moved, and I would be lying if I said I didn't find that attractive. I was sure he looked like a dwarf when I stood next to him, not to mention his wings. He had the most magnificent wings I'd ever seen thus far. It was colored brown mixed with black, and they were so big that the tips even dragged behind him. I bet they could cover 2 meters easily if he spread them. What almost made me choke was his yellow scratch that. His golden eyes, oh my. Okay, maybe I exaggerated a little, but his hazel almost golden eyes were very beautiful. Boy, what a fine body he has. I felt a kick on my left leg and I snapped out of it for my days. Stop staring at Master Mitra. Oh, she's jealous. It's okay, it's okay. Asi and Mitra turned their attention to me, seemingly started at Puspa's action. Sorry, he's just distracting. Oh, I clamped my mouth shut. Damn it, Tamara, you and your big mouth again. Pardon? He tilted his head in amusement. It's nothing, I'll explain later. I quickly waved my hand at him to dismiss the thought. He observed me for a few moments longer before turning to the girl. Don't be rude, Puspa. She's our guest and she has just recovered from her injuries. I'm sorry, she's usually not this hostile. I'm sure she's just tired. Thank God. It's alright. Nice to meet all of you and thank you again for rescuing me, Mas Mitra. Don't mention it. Also, don't hesitate to look for me if you have any troubles or need any. Ouch! Put me down, Mas Mitra. Oh, whoops. Put me down, Mas Mitra. I think the boys had finally had enough with just watching. I won't. You'll run away again if I did, and stop squirming, Aries. You're no fun, Mas Mitra. I want to play more. One's complaint turned into a whole mess when they talked together all at once. Mitra looked dumbfounded by their continuous and persistent rambling. Offer help. Do you need any help? I can hold on to one of them for you? He smiled kindly at my offer. It's alright. I'm not sure you can handle one of these little devils yet, but I appreciate your thought. Oh, don't worry, I have some experience. I said, grinning while picking up Danny from his shoulders. He went quiet immediately. What's wrong, little guy? I can play with you. Ha, Danny's blushing. Ha ha ha. Shut up. Mitra watched our interaction with an amused smile on his face. Danny struggled and protested weakly in my arms while Aries and Puspa laughed at me, who was still cooing at Danny. Hey, who didn't want to tease a blushing boy? I certainly did. You're just so cute. Maybe I'll bring you back to Loma Village with me. What? No! Put me down! Say please? Put me down, please? Promise to listen to Mas Mitra now? Yes, I promise. Just put me down already. Aw, you're just too cute! I hugged him. By the way, did Mas Mitra know about your adventures in Loma Village this morning? I whispered, making sure no one else heard, and he gasped. Please don't tell Mas Mitra. We're doomed if he knows. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Maybe if you and the other kids promise to listen to Mas Mitra, I'll consider it. I promise I'll tell them too about this. Really? Really, really? So please don't tell them, and... He turned his head a bit and another laugh resounded from the other kids. Please put me down! The poor boy was now an impossible shade of red. Feeling a little bad, I finally put him down. Danny quickly ran and hid behind Mitra. I gave the boy one last smile before turning my attention to Mitra. He seemed amused by the turn of events and even a bit confused. Being a good guy, he decided to help Danny out of his embarrassed state. I'm surprised. You do have some experience with kids. Even better than a C. No offense to C, but you often give them too much sugar. He cut off a seat before she could say anything. She pouted cutely and hopped beside me. Well, yeah. I worked as a babysitter for 2 years, so I know some useful tricks. My uncle just had to take my job, but I guess I could continue my job here. What are you whispering about? Did I say that aloud? Nothing. I was just happy to meet some children again. Really? I could guess that you like children then? I like them? Well, yeah, I really like kids. His golden eyes softened at my confession, but the spell broke when one of the kids yawned. Alright kids, I guess you're ready for a nap now? They immediately complained again. Mitra hushed them and began lecturing how it was not polite to whine in front of a guest. It worked, and at least I knew they would behave even better when Danny told them about our little conversation. I think that ends that part. Oh, it's not done yet. This is gonna be like an hour long. So you're left to babysit again? Yes, the guys went hunting with their mothers. Went to the beach to collect salt. The guys went hunting while the mothers went to the beach to collect shellfishes, leaving me with the kids again. Well, we can help you sometime later when we're free, right, Tamara? She chirped. Yeah, I don't mind. I definitely could use the extra help. Anyway, I'm sorry, but I can't stay and talk longer since I need to get them to sleep before the mothers come back. I am not feeling good today. Yuta is still patrolling and I need to check on him and the others soon. It's fine. I know how much of a handful they can be. When you check on Yuta, can you tell them to be careful and be home before dinner for me? Sure, I don't think he would want to miss a dinner with his beloved wife at home. Of course. Thanks, Mitra. No prob. He grinned and picked up the 3 kids. After one last bye from them, they were gone with one strong flap of Mitra's wings. I hope we can be carried like that one day. I think he likes you, she whispered as though confiding a big secret to me. I like him too. She shook her head and, still giggling mischievously, I raised one of my eyebrows at her. What? How much time have I recorded? I've been recording for almost 40 minutes now. And I don't know if I'm finished with this chapter yet. I think I'll stop here for today. But thank you so much for watching. Oh, that's the wrong one. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!